Today let us begin with practice set 7.2, question number 1. These are all examples of inverse variation. Let us see. Here they have given number of workers and number of days to complete the given work. Let us check whether it's an inverse variation. You know very well, children, if the number of workers goes on increasing, if the number of workers increases, then they will take less number of days to complete any given work. Therefore, both of them are in inverse variation. Now, how do we represent them in an inverse variation? We use symbolically. Let us assume that the number of workers are X and number of days are Y. So, if I have to represent them symbolically, I will represent them as X varies inversely with Y. You know, alpha is a Greek letter which is used for variation. Here I am writing 1 upon Y because Y increases, X will decrease. So this is an example of an inverse variation. You have studied that in case of inverse variation, the product of their quantities remains the same. That means it is constant K. So here let us find the product. 30 into 6. So we will assume that X is equal to 30, which is given to us, and Y is equal to 6. So when I find 30 into 6, that will come equal to 180, which is equal to K. So here I get the constant K as 180. Let us see the next ratio or next product. 20 into 9. What will be 20 into 9? That will be also equal to 180. So here what do we observe in this? We observe that for an inverse variation, the product of their quantities is constant. That is K, and K is called as a constant of variation. So if this product is 180, this is 180, how will you find the value here? Here also it's going to be obviously 180. So 12 into 15, I get the answer here as 15. That is equal to 180. 10 into how many times will give you 180, children? 10 into 18 will give me 180, right? Similarly, 36 into 5 will give me 180. So this is the way we solve. Question number 2. Find the constant of variation and write the equation of variation for the examples given below. First and second one you try solving on your own, children. We will solve question number 3 now. What is given in question number 3? In question number 3, they have given that S is inversely proportional to 1 upon T square. S is inversely proportional to 1 upon T square. They have given if S is equal to 4 and T is equal to 5, they have asked you to find the constant of variation K and the equation. So you know very well, in inverse variation we take S into T square, that means the product, as constant. So let us substitute the value of S here. S is 4, T square, but T is 5. So we take square of 5, which is equal to K. Therefore I write K on my left hand side. I get 4 into 25, which is equal to, K is equal to 100. So here 100 is a constant of variation. This becomes a constant of variation. That is K. They have also asked you to find the equation of variation also. So how will you write the equation of variation? We just substitute the value of K in this. We get ST square is equal to 100. This becomes an equation of variation. Let us see the next question now. In this we will solve, this is question number 2, first one. Third one, sorry, we will solve question number 4 now. In question number 4 they have given as X inversely varies with square root of y. X is equal to 15, which is given to us, and y is equal to 9. Let us find the constant of variation. So we substitute product of the quantities is equal to constant. That is for inverse variation, x into square root of y. What is the value of x? Is 15. Then we will find out square root of y, which is square root of 9, which is equal to k. Therefore, we get k is equal to 15 into root 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So we get k is equal to 45, which is constant of variation. This is constant of variation, right? Now we will write the equation of variation. We put the value of k in this. So we get equation of variation as x into root y is equal to 45. This is an equation of variation. This is how we solve, children, question number 2. We'll go to question number 3 now. In question number 3, they have given the boxes are filled. Here you will see the boxes are to be filled with apples in a heap. If 24 apples are put in a box, then 27 boxes are needed. If 36 apples are filled in a box, how many boxes will be needed? Here we will assume, let the number of apples be x. You will write the proper statement, children. Let the number of boxes, we will assume, let the number of apples, let the number of apples be x, okay, and the number of boxes be y. Now let us check whether this is an inverse variation. It is an example of inverse variation. Suppose if I have 2 boxes, okay, then in each box, suppose if I have 10 apples, there are total 20 boxes, right? If I make 4 boxes, here, then how many apples will I have? I will have 5 in each. Now what is happening here? The number of boxes are increased, but the number of apples in each box has decreased. So this is an example of an inverse variation. Okay, so we say that x varies inversely with y. Here first condition they have given. So we have x into y is equal to k, which is constant. First they have given that there are 24 apples. So I write x is equal to 24, and they are put in 27 boxes. So I write y is equal to 27. Let us find what is the constant of variation. So we substitute 24 into 27, which is equal to k. That will give you the number of apples. So we have k is equal to 24 into 27, which will be equal to 648. So in total we have 648 apples. In total we have 648 apples. Now they are asking you, suppose if there are 36 apples, then how many boxes will you need? If there are 36 apples in each box, how many boxes will you need? You know the total. So we are going to divide the total by 36. So we will again write the equation, that is x into y is equal to k. We have x as 36. We have to find the value of y, and we know that k is equal to 648. Therefore y is equal to 648 divided by 36. So when you divide y 648 divided by 36, we get the value. If you want, you can reduce this. 2 18s are 2 3s are 2 2s are 4 2 4s are 8. Okay, finally we get the value of y as, we will just reduce this further. 2 9s are 2 1s are 2 6 are 12 2 2s are. So when you divide 162 upon 9, we get the value of y as 18. Therefore, we have the number of boxes are 18. We write the number of boxes is equal to 18. Question number 4. Write the following statement using a symbol of variation. First one, the wavelength of sound L and its frequency F are in inverse variation. So how do we represent them using the symbol? We write the wavelength L is inversely proportional to frequency. So we write 1 upon F. Second question, the intensity I of a light varies inversely with the square of the distance d of the screen from the lamp. So it is question number 2. I is the intensity which varies with the square of the distance. Square means I will write down d square. Square of the distance of a screen from a lamp. So this is how we write. Question number 5. In question number 5, they have given x is inversely proportional to the square root of y. X is equal to 40 and y is equal to 16. So let us find, in inverse variation the product is constant. So x into root y is equal to k. X is 40, square root of y, that is square root of 16, we will find out. Therefore we have k is equal to 40 into 4. We have k is equal to 160. Now they are asked if x is equal to 10, then find the value of y. So we will substitute this in this equation. This is equation 1. We have x into root y is equal to 160. X is equal to 10. We need to find square root of y. Okay, so we get square root of y is equal to 160 upon 10. Square root of y is equal to 16. So I want to remove this root y sign from here. What will I do? I will take square. I will take square of this. Taking square. When I take square of this, you know very well, square root of y square will become y. So I will get this as y, and we have to find the square root of 16, which we get equal to 256. When I find square of square root of y, this will be same as root y into root y, which is equal to y, and therefore y is equal to 256.